Hey everybody! So today we're going to make a tote bag out of an old t-shirt. So if you ever thought, hey, this is a perfect size t-shirt to make tie-dye out of, and then you put it in the dryer on high heat and then it shrinks to very small, that shirt is perfect for your tote bag. So all you're going to need is your shirt and a pair of scissors. Let's get started. So our first step is to get our shirt just perfectly aligned, or as close as we can get to being even, so that we can fold it in half and cut our shoulder straps. Make sure that your scissors are going to be sharp enough to cut through the shoulders. I've got some fabric scissors, so that would probably be the best, but if you've got some really sharp scissors, that works just as well. So just from here, I'm kind of gonna maybe do an inch under the armpit, and then just cut, kind of following the seam and straight up. And if it comes out a little bit crooked, you can always just straighten that up later. Okay. So now we've got a little tank top. What I'll do is turn it upside down. And I would like a bigger opening than this, so what I'm going to do is have about 2 inches here from the strap, and I'm going to cut down and just enough for my shoulder to fit through. Okay, so now you can kind of see that our tote bag is starting to take shape. So our next step is going to be to turn the shirt inside out. And this is important because if you don't turn it inside out, the knots that you tie will end up being on the outside and leave this little frilly mark, and then you can see the seams and things like that. If that's something you want, that's also an option. I just like to have mine on the inside. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is line up my bottom edge as close as I can get. And I am going to start making cuts about 1/2 inch thick and 3 to 4 inches high. So I would say maybe the length of a finger or so. I don't have a ruler, so if you don't have a ruler, that works. Just kind of guesstimate what the 3 or 4 inches would be. So now that we've gotten all of these cut, what I'm going to do now is double knot each one all the way across, and then I'll show you our next step just to make sure that we don't leave any holes in between. So we're going to reinforce those double knots in the next step. So here we go, double knotting. Okay, so now I've got all of my first round of knots finished, but sometimes you can see little holes in between each knot. So what I'm going to do now is take this first knot and the one to the right of it, and we are just going to tie those into a knot together. And you don't want it to be too tight, because if you do, you're going to end up ripping where we've cut and your holes are going to get bigger. So you just want it to be tight enough to where it's closing that hole in between. So it'll just be this top one with the bottom right one. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we've got all our knots tied, and I have a little confetti flurry of string at the bottom. If you like this, then go for it, leave it out, but for those smooth seam people, you can flip it inside out, and now you've got a neat little tote bag. All right, so let's put this bag to the test. How many dork diaries can we fit in our new tote bag?